Hey guys, welcome to our cabin. We're gonna show you what our plans are a little bit today and go from there. Good day, everybody. We had our cabin delivered on Tuesday. We started the process of taking down the bracing and getting it ready to build on the inside to finish. It's a 16 by 44 we got from Better Built Structures in Oklahoma. With delivery, setup, tax and everything, it runs about $14,000, and which I didn't think was too bad, and it has this cute little front porch on it, and that's what drew me to it. I like the little front porch, gives a little character. So we'll give you a tour of the inside here and tell you a little bit what we're going to do or what our plans are for the near future.
His plans.
All right, so Pap has already been in here getting set up to do some work. So what have you done so far, Pap?
Well, I took all the bracing down that they had for delivery, swept it out, and now I'm started to caulk all these studs in between the studs. I think I'm going to do the bottoms, and I'm going to caulk the tops, just a way to keep bugs and air out. Basically going to seal it all up, keep the moisture out the best we can before we insulate it. So what our plans are is to have a bedroom in the back of the cabin. It's just going to be a one bedroom, one bath cabin. So I'm going to have a bedroom, going to have a bathroom here with a small utility, and going to put a 2x4 closet in the bedroom. And then the center part is going to be kitchen, and don't have the details worked out on that yet. But then this front part where the windows are is going to be sitting area, which I think will be very nice with the views of the trees and a little bit of the yard there.
All right, so that's what you're gonna set up in here. So basically it's gonna be one bedroom, one bath, little kitchenette, little living room area. Yeah. You have a closet for storage and stuff in your bedroom. What do you think your first project's gonna be? Besides getting everything sealed up?
First project would be framing up for the bedroom and the bathroom. So.
Fun, how are you feeling?
It's going to be a long process, but
it'll take time.
It'll take time because I'm sure we'll change things as we go.
Yeah. So let's talk about why you chose this housing instead of another option. So why did you choose to go with this housing option as opposed to something else?
Pretty much I just like their designs. I think some designs takes away from the space a little bit more. Some designs have doors in the sides, which takes a big chunk out of your living area. I like the porch on the front end of it.
Dresses
it up a little bit, and doesn't take away space from the rest of the cabin. So basically have a rectangle shaped box to work with.
Yeah.
So which makes construction easier and everything.
So you went with Better Built Portable Buildings. You purchased it here in Missouri. What was that process like?
It was a pretty simple process.
Yeah.
Went into the office, and we had a small catalog that we could look through. We decided to go with the extra 4 feet. Most of these cabins are 16 by 40. For this size, we went with 16 by 44. It gave us the extra space for small utility room and a closet in the bedroom, leaving us plenty of space for kitchen and living area. And I like the products they use seem to be done very well. We're hoping this is going to last the rest of our lives and hopefully for years after that.
So they had a bunch of buildings set up, and so you could go and tour all of their pre-done buildings and kind of see what their buildings look like before you purchase something. And so there was some ability to customize this to your standards. So what are some of the things you could customize to your own liking?
Well, we took out the loft. They had lofts put on each end.
So you could have gotten a loft up here, but you really wanted to
Yeah.
keep the space open, so you could have done a loft on either end.
Or on
But-
both ends.
Or both ends.
Yeah.
So you took those out to keep it nice and open. And you didn't need them anyway. You guys didn't want to be up in lofts.
And it made the ceilings higher by not having them.
Well, the normal plans are 7-foot walls. We went with the extra length, plus we went with the 8-foot walls. So that puts the ceiling height in the center of the cabin at 9 feet. So it just makes it seem a little bit more roomy.
Yeah.
So
Opens it up. It does feel really big in here. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so you took out the lofts, you went with the extra height, you went with the extra length. You could customize like window placement. Was that something you could do?
But the windows that's in here is the norm.
Okay, so this is what it came with, but you could have added more.
We could have added more, but with everything that Glenn knows how to do, we can add our own for
Cheaper.
where we want,
I'm
and
gonna put
probably cheaper, so
Yeah.
we do want to add at least 1 or 2 more windows in here.
probably put 1 or 2 windows in the bedroom, just to be able to see out back towards the back pasture and wooded area.
So what else could you customize? You said you could do paint on the outside, but you went with just a natural color. And then you could customize the color of the roof. And your roof is, tell me about your roof.
The roof's a metal roof. It's green. There's multiple colors for that. I just like the look of what we picked out. The green roof and the siding color I thought went well together. So
It's really cabin-esque.
yeah,
It looks like a cabin, which is good.
that's kind of what I was going for. A little bit of a cabin feel without actually having to cut logs and then build a cabin that way.
Yes.
So,
Okay, and so let's talk about pricing a little bit. So you said it was just over $14,000, and you guys were you were in a position to just be able to buy the cabin out front. But if you're not in a position to do that, they do offer financing through this company where you could have put some money down and then paid a monthly bill for that. And so that is an option for people who want to build but can't afford to pay for it out front. But you guys were able to just go ahead and buy the cabin out front. So it was a little over $14,000, and that $14,000 got you what? It got you cabin.
got us the cabin,
Delivery.
got delivery and setup.
And set up.
And set up.
Leveled. Yeah, leveled and set up, yeah.
So that was all done, and you did have a small fee upon setup. It was, what did you say? It was like,
Because of the cement brick.
it was about $200, a little less than $200.
$180, because it's on a little bit of a hill slope in the back. So they had to raise it up a little bit more in the back, so therefore they had to use more cement brick for the leveling, so they charge you so much per brick, which they tell you that when you order it.
So you knew that.
So we knew that, they tell you that up front. The max is like $300, so they tell you to have cash, just in case they do have to do any extra. Once they do deliver it and set it up, which we knew that, so.
And you guys were also instructed to get your own block.
Yes.
So you bought a bunch of cinder block and had it stacked up outside here so that the truck driver could use that also in the leveling, in which they did use pretty much all that you bought.
Yeah, I had 50 block ready. I bought like 20 inch solid blocks and then about 30 regular 8x16 concrete blocks. So
Okay, and
I
that,
was prepared for them to need extra.
Yeah, plus they brought block too, so they used some of theirs and most of ours,
Yeah.
plus wood block that post too, just to help
Get it level.
level.
So we've been getting a lot of people asking a lot of questions on social media about your cabin, and it's pretty obvious that inexpensive housing options like this are really interesting to a lot of people who are looking to do something similar to what we've done. Get a piece of land, you guys are building a cabin on it so that you can have a pretty much in the most inexpensive living option you can once you finish it out. And so land rent will be really cheap. The cabin is already paid for. So at this point right now, your expenses are going to be to finish out the cabin.
Yeah.
What do you have an estimate of what you think that's going to cost you from start to finish?
Yeah, and a couple things I've put together. I figure I can finish it out for about 10 grand.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a lot of used material that I can find on Facebook and Craigslist.
So you're going to do it as inexpensively as possible. So if you're thinking $10,000 to finish it out, and we're going to do all the labor ourselves, because we've got luckily 4 grown adults here, so when we get into these projects, we'll be able to do all the labor ourselves. Glenn here is a really skilled carpenter and electrician, and he can do a lot of these things himself. So that makes it a lot easier when you don't have to pay someone to do that stuff.
Exactly.
So you're going to be running your own water from the well. We're going to be running our own electricity from our line out here on the property. And so all of that stuff, we're going to do all of ourselves. So that's going to save us a huge expense. So you figure by the time it's all said and done, you'll have your house paid off and done for about $24,000.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's cheap.
incredible.
That's cheap, yes.
That's pretty good.
Thank you everyone for following along and coming in to see our cabin, the beginning of it, and we hope you all follow along as it gets built in time here, and y'all have a good blessed day. Thank you.
Make every day an adventure. God bless.